NBC's Chris Pollone is in Parkland following it all for us. Chris.
Yeah, Michael, 17 people murdered in a Florida school, and we are now able to replace that number with names, faces, and stories about the people who are lost. What we do not know still, though, is what spurred this massacre.
Not allowing the world to forget them.
In Parkland, Florida, 17 lives destroyed in a place which we expect to be safe.
Just my heart's broken for everybody else whose children are not. We have many, many friends who we've lost and know, and kids all know.
Family and friends are sharing stories and memories to help us understand all who've been lost.
All of these people have great intentions and had great intentions and had a bright future.
There was the new U.S. citizen, a boy in the junior ROTC, and a beloved coach who died so children could live.
Died saving his students. He died saving us. Without him, some kids wouldn't even be able to go hug their parents last night and say, "Mom, I'm alive."
The 19-year-old accused gunman is now on suicide watch in the Broward County Jail after his first court appearance.
Are you Nicholas Jacob Cruz?
Yes, ma'am.
Investigators say Nicholas Cruz took an Uber to the school he once attended, armed with an AR-15 rifle he hid in a duffel bag. After 7 minutes of terror, police say Cruz slipped out with innocent students. He went to Walmart and McDonald's before a patrol officer spotted him.
Pulled my vehicle over immediately, engaged the suspect. He complied with my commands and was taken into custody without any issues.
But for all they know about Wednesday's massacre, what investigators still don't know is why. Not that it would offer any comfort to a school and a community racked with grief.
And both of Florida's senators, the Republican Marco Rubio, the Democrat Bill Nelson, are expected to meet with victims' families and first responders today. President Trump flying to Florida later tonight, expected to do the same over the weekend. Live in Parkland, Florida, I'm Chris Pollone. Michael, let's go back to you.
All right, Chris.
NBC's Chris Pollone is in Montgomery, Alabama with more. Chris?
Hi there, Jumi. You know, as Roy Moore vows to fight on, at least one prominent Republican is telling him to move on. It was a stunning victory that shook the political world with repercussions from Wetumpka, Alabama to Washington, D.C.
I am truly, truly overwhelmed.
Democrat Doug Jones, the projected winner of a Senate seat in the reddest of red states, the first Democrat to be elected to the Senate from Alabama in 25 years.
You still got to go by the rules.
But Jones' opponent, Republican Roy Moore, says he won't concede the race, and he's hoping for a recount.
Realize when the vote is this close that it's not over.
But it looks like other Republicans are ready to move on. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee tweeted about Moore, "It's best to exit with class." Tina Johnson, who accused Moore of groping her during a meeting in 1991, says for her, it was personal.
I am just thrilled that, that speaking out did make a difference and that we won't be silenced anymore.
President Trump and his former campaign manager Steve Bannon endorsed Moore on his radio show today. Bannon tipped his cap to the Democrats.
You're going to have to outwork people. If you get outworked, you're going to lose.
Now his old boss, Donald Trump, is tasked with passing his agenda with just a one-vote majority in the Senate. Now it's a waiting game. All eyes on Roy Moore. Will he pay for his own recount if an automatic recount isn't triggered? Alabama will certify the vote results over the next few weeks, meaning Doug Jones will likely be sworn into the Senate in early January. In Montgomery, Alabama, Chris Pollone, News 4 New York. The tech industry is running into the future, trying to solve problems like finding a lost dog.
Come on, Daisy, let's go for a walk.
And making motorcycle helmets safer.
That's the patented rear view camera right there.
To improving transportation, batteries and motors getting smaller and more powerful, making electric scooters and even single-wheel devices good for all-day use over many miles.
It's really about being a true vehicle, something that can solve a real need in your life, commuting, going to school, and just getting around town.
So easy to use, a total novice can start riding in a couple minutes. No athletic skill or dexterity, and the ankles of a small deer, and the fact that I didn't shoot at 20 miles an hour off the sidewalk and into a BMW is really a win here today, and that is the ultimate advance of technology. Google is making a big effort to get its assistant into household products like appliances and TVs.
Show me Stranger Things on Netflix.
Many of us are used to Alexa, and Alexa is winning right now if you want to call a winner. It's in the most devices, but Google's trying to catch up very quickly.
But the tech with perhaps the most potential and anticipation won't even launch here for a year or more. 5G wireless internet, so fast it will hasten the arrival of self-driving cars and open the door for almost limitless business and entertainment uses.
Oh my goodness.
But 5G we are on the cusp of a new industrial revolution.
The future arriving today at the Consumer Electronics Show.
175,000 people will attend CES this week. In the past, products like HD TV, the VCR, and the DVD were all introduced here. What will this year's big product be? We'll know in a few years. In Las Vegas, Chris Pollone, NBC News.